वहां के जो गवर्नर हैं, गवर्नर अभी 356 में हेड कर रहे हैं और गवर्नर के रोल को यहां नहीं डिस्कस किया जा सकता सर। यही
श्री A.B. Akoijam.
Thank you, chairpersons, for this opportunity. You know, I just wanted to remind the House that when the motion for imposition of the precedent rule was introduced after a grueling sessions on discussions on constitution, it's strange that it seems all the representatives from the state did not get a chance to speak.
Thagasari chairperson kudong saba pibi bagi damak constitution gi matung inna Manipur the president rule impose tauna bagi damak yamna sangni discussion tawraba matung da house asida motion of imposition introduce tawkibadu amuka ningsing bina bahijari adubu yamna ngakpa ama oikibadi khana nainaba aduda Manipur state ki representative oiriba sing wangang bagi kudong saba pibi kite.
And I hope that the chair will give me some adequate time to express the sentiments of the people of the state as a representative from there. Chairperson, Mr. Speaker, what I need to do is that just as we had a long discussion on Sindoor, I expect in the last 1 year that the House will discuss Manipur given the gravity of the situation there. Just as the terrorists came from Pakistan and created havoc and tried to divide this country on communal lines to provoke us, the Union Home Minister on this floor of the House, if my memory serves me well, on 9th August 2023 said that the crisis in Manipur was caused by the influx of illegal immigrants. Similarly, intelligence agencies have flagged off the involvement of armed groups from Myanmar in the crisis in the state.
Chairna ayhapu state asigi representative ama oina miyamgi sentiments sing phongdoknaba matam sangna pibigani haina khalli. Mr. Speaker, aikoina operation Sindoor gi maramdadi yamna sangba discussion ama sathakre. Haukiba sahida oiriba pipam gi matung inna Manipur gi maramdasu phajana discussion tawbigani haina aina asa tawjakibani. Pakistan dagi terrorist sing sangsilaklaga laibak asipu communal line da nakpak tahanaba provoke tawki sarang na bathoganki. Union Home Minister nasu House da thambiki badu aigi memory si mathau ningthina tawribra haina khalle madu lisingani kulhumdoi gi August ki tang mapandani mahang haiki badu Manipur gi crisis asi illegal immigrants mayam ama sangsilakpadagi thokpani haibasini masiga sapmanana intelligence agency sing nasu hongdoki bo wafamdu state asigi crisis asida Myanmar gi armed group mayam ama yawi haibasini.
So it is like what we had experienced in Pahalgam in some sense. Ironically, Manipur was also called the little paradise, just as Kashmir is called the paradise. The only difference is the national attention is given to what happened in Kashmir, not with the state of Manipur. Our existence at the periphery and a marginal existence has been reaffirmed time and again, creating a sense of alienations and humiliation to the people of the state. To take an example of the recent times, Sri Ratan Thiam, the doyen of Indian theatre, when he expired, not a single word came from this house, nor the Prime Minister who had expressed similar condolences when artists expired. This is a shameful reminder that how marginal Manipur is. However big you are and however role you have played in this country, the stature of Ratan Thiam, I don't need to repeat. Globally, he was mourned, and luckily some of the chief ministers from the eastern states did mourn his demise.
Sense amarom de yenglagadi aikoin experience tawribasi Pahalgam giga manai haina lawba yai. Ironically, Manipur bu Kashmir gumna little paradise amani haibadi haibiri. Khenaba amatang hairagadi Kashmir da piriba national attention asi Manipur state da pibidaba asini. Aikoina hinglibasi mataida mamingtagi oina hingba asigumba phibam asi aikoida hanna hanna phawanduna ikaiba pibaga loinana tongana inthokna thambibagi ihul ama Manipur gi miyamda adumak phawale. Handakta thokiba thokdok amagi khudam yengsi Sri Ratan Thiam Indian theatre gi doyen amani mahang na laikidabada house asidagi natraga aikoigi prime minister dagi awaba phongdokpagi wahi amata taba phangide asigumba artist ama laikidabada aikoina phangliba treatment asi ikainingai ne aikoisi kayamuk yamna marginal ohendana thamlibano haiba amuka aikoida remind tawbani haina lawi adom phana sawba mi oisanu laibak asigi damak phana sawba thawdang kaya loba mi oisu oisanu malem pumbada ratan thiamgi stature asidi amuk hana pallutraga su yarabani mahang na laikidabada malem sinna awaba phongdokibani laibak phabadagi state taragi cm nadi awaba phongdokpabadi leki.
Now let me put 2-3 issues here about the extension of the precedent rule. There are a couple of myths that we need to know, and through you I would like to inform the House as well as the country and the entire world that when the union government takes over a state under 356, it is on the assumption that the constitutional order is not working and the law and order has gone beyond what it should be normally. But the fact of the matter is, the imposition of this precedent rule in Manipur is not occasioned by such a concern. It is to save embarrassment for the ruling party. If they had to do it, they would have done long time back. The Supreme Court had, in a couple of months after the initial period of the crisis, had said that law and order has been completely gone and the constitutional order is not in order. At that time, they did not do it. That's the first myth that we need to understand. This is not to restore constitutional order, but to save the embarrassment that the ruling party was about to face in that month. Second,
Hojikti House Asida Manipur the President rule Sangdokpaga Mari Lainaba issue ani ahumdang thamjage myths kara lay maduhana haijage amadi adongi kuthangda aina House Asida laibak asigi miyamda amadi malem pumbada khanghaninglibadi Union Government na Article 356 ki makhada state ama paisin bhaibasi constitutional order mathau tawdraba amadi law and order normal oifam thokpadu oidraba matamda tawi haibasini adubu matter sigi fact asi Manipur the President rule imposed tawriba asi mathakta panjakiba pibam asi laibadagi thamkiba natte haibasini ruling party asigi damak masi yamna ikainingai ne masi imposed tawge hairagadi hanana thamba yaramlabani Supreme Court nasu irang thokpa horakpa tha kharagi matungda law and order sunglei leitre amadi constitutional order su oifam thokpa oidre haina phungdokhiba lei adugumba matam aduda PR thamkide aikoina ahanba oina khangadaba myth adudi masi constitutional order restore tawnaba thamba natte tha kaya asida ruling party na mayok nariba ikaiba asidagi kanjanabagi damak thamkibani haibasini
the union government has been in hand in glove with the then state government in creating the havoc in the state. Let me cite some of the examples. The CM said that whatever he did was on the advice and the consent of the Prime Minister Modi and the Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah. Similarly, the Home Minister said on this floor of the House that the CM is cooperating with us.
Honorable member.
So therefore,
तथ्यों के बिना सदन में बात नहीं करनी.
No. I'm just saying. Now, not to waste time. Let me continue, Mr. Speaker, sir. That ex-CM again said that the valley will be under him and the Home Minister will take care of the hill. Such a thing has never happened. The subversion of the federal polity and constitutional order was already there. And third, the example, the state government, the union home minister has been dictating terms with the then state government in terms of appointing officials, as if the now, an erstwhile Article 257A, as if that is still operational. The union government was dictating terms to the state government, changing officials, and so much so that some of the officers of the Central Security Forces bluntly on record says that we don't take orders from the state government, we take it from the union government. Such a subversion has happened right through the collusion between the state government and the union government. And therefore, what we need to know is that the nature of the precedent rule must be understood.
रूल जो है ये 353 में सर वहां के जो गवर्नर हैं गवर्नर अभी 356 में हेड कर रहे हैं और गवर्नर के रोल को यहाँ नहीं डिस्कस किया जा सकता सर। यही कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहता है, यही रूल कहता है। 353 कहता है वहाँ गवर्नर रूल है, गवर्नर वहाँ शासन कर रहे हैं, गवर्नर क्या कर रहे हैं वो नहीं डिस्कस हो सकता है यहाँ पर।
Mr. Speaker, sir, I hope so.
Anisubata, state asida irang thogan kibaduda union government amadi state government putna saminai habisi thamjage kudam khara haijage chief minister na haikibadu mahakna tawriba kudingmak prime minister Modi amadi home minister Mr. Amit Shah anigi advice amadi ayaba yawraga tawbani haikibani sammanana home minister na su floor asimakta da chief minister na aikoida cooperate tawi haina haiki maram sina matam yamna manghanjararoi makha sathasage Mr. Speaker sir ex CM na amukasu Valley na mana yengsilani amadi home minister na sing yengsilani haina haibiki masigumba pibam si mamangda amukta laikidre masi federal politician tha hanaba tawbani ahum suba example asi union home minister na official sing appoint tawbada state government da dictate taw haibase article 257A asi hojiksu operational oiri haibani union government na official sing hongdok hongjin tawbada state government da dictate tawbagi matang si masi record ki matung inani Central Security Force ki officer kharna haikibadu aikoina state government tagi order laude aikoina union government tagi order lawi haibasani masigumba subversion asi state amadi union government ani yanabagi natra maram asina president rule asigi nature aikoina karinu haiba khangadabani.
Let's first have a clarity that the precedent rule in Manipur was not imposed in order to recover a constitutional order, because in collusion with the then state government, the union government itself has subverted the constitutional order, and they are creating that kind of a lawlessness for 2 years. Now, the other point why we should not be extending a precedent rule, given these reasons, we must also remember that 356 is supposed to be used in the rarest of the rare moment. If I can recollect this House, on 3rd of September 1949, Dr. Ambedkar introduced the Article 277A, which later on became 355, as a legal and moral premise for 356. We are supposed to use this very judiciously because the mandate of the people should govern the people rather than precedent's rule. That was the clear position. So is the judgment on Supreme Court judgment on Bimol case, as well as Sarkaria Commission had reminded us that these particular provisions should not be used in a whimsical reasons. And therefore, instead of introducing this and extending this almost illegitimate in some sense morally, this precedent rule in Manipur, we should have a fresh mandate in the state of Manipur. Despite having a brutal majority, you are not able to form the government. In collusion with that state government and the union government, you have created this tragedy of Manipur in the last 2 years. So I expect the House, instead of extension of this precedent rule, to have a JPC being constituted so that the people of Manipur do not feel neglected, and we take care of what had happened and fix accountability.
Mr. Sir, ahanbada aikoi clarity ama laisi madidi Manipur da president rule impose tawriba asi constitutional order recover tawnaba natte. Hanagi state government amadi union government anina yanaraga constitutional order subverted tawbani amadi makoina masigumba law leitabagi fiba masi sahi ani asi mayok na handuna thambani. Atokpa point amadudi maram kaya asi laibana aikoina ningsinggadabasi 356 asi rarest of rare moment sizinnagadabani haibasini. Wafam amaning singjage lising masamapan nipumapan di September gitang ahumda Dr. Ambedkar na Article 277A House asida introduce tawki masiko na di 356 on ki 356 ki legal amadi moral premise ki matung inna masiyam na judicious oina sizinnagadabani maramdi miyam gi mandate na miyam rule tawgadabani president rule na natte haibasini Bimol case da laikiba Supreme Court ki judgment loinana Sarkaria Commission na su aikoida ningsing halibasi masigi provision asi whimsical reason gi damakta sizinnagadaba natte haibasini masigi illegitimate oiba president rule asi Manipur da extend tawagi mahut miyam gi fresh mandate tawhan gadabani majority oina lengak semba ngamdre state government ka union government ka manaraga haukiba sahi ani sida Manipur ki tragedy asi tokan kiban.
Remind again that the executive conduct must have some accountability in this house, and therefore just as we discussed Sindoor, just as we had long discussions on constitutions, I expect this house to have at least 5 to 6 hours discussion on what steps can be taken in this house so that all of us can have a healing process to begin from this house. And I would like to end my interventions by appealing to the rest of the country as well. We have suffered constantly this humiliation and constantly reminding that you don't matter. The crisis in Manipur is unprecedented. Our LOP has said it. You have never seen the challenge to the Indian state's legitimate use of physical force has been challenged. Nowhere has it happened. The partition of 1947 is a living reality in Manipur today. The freedom of movement. The Meiteis cannot travel on the national highways just as the Kukis cannot. All the citizens should have access to these movement, freedom of movement. We are not able to have it. And I expect this house, therefore, to be more serious rather than reducing this kind of extension as a mere formality and ritual. The pain and suffering of the people of that state. And so far as the 19th state of this union, this house must take it seriously, just as you have taken seriously on the question of Pahalgam and that of any other issues in this country. So I therefore object to this extension of precedent rules, and I demand that instead of this, please dissolve that assembly. Let's have a fresh mandate, and the rule of the people, will of the state must have a say rather than dictating terms, even if it's a small state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Maram asina aina asa tawribasi PRSS hangdokpagi mahutta JPC ama semlaga Manipur gi miyam aikhoi bu neglect tawbide haiba phahun baga loinana thokriba thodoktuda lumna lawi accountability lawi haiba utpiyo aihakna amuka hana remind tawjari house asida executive order sing accountability khara lehan gadabani maram asina aikhoi na Sindoor gi maramda sang leptana kanabagum aina asa tawjari basi house asina yamdrabada pung manga taruktang khanaraga kari step lobo yai haiba yengbiragadi aikhoi punamakda healing process ama leigadra haina khali laibak miyamda appeal asimatang tawjaraga aigi intervention asi loisinjage asumna ikai ba piba nakoi si aikhoi de kari su darkar oide haina hanna remind tawbasi khangba yaba khangle Manipur da thokliba crisis asi mamangda amukta thokkidri aikhoi gi LOP na su haibikre physical force legitimate oina sizinaba ngamdaba haibasi Indian state amata da su ukidri kadai da su thokkidri 1947 ki partition adu ngasidi Manipur da living reality oire the freedom of movement Maitai singna national highways da satpa ngamdre kuki singsu adungai citizen kudingmang the freedom of movement access tawba ngamgadabani maram asina house asina extension tawba asi isam samna tawpham thokpagi tawbani haina lawbagi mahutta henna serious oina lawbiyo asukui basi state asigi miyamna phangliba saina amadi awabase union asigi state taramapan asina Pahalgam gi hiramda amadi atoppa issue sing the serious oiriba sigum lumna lawbiyo maram asina President rule extension tawba asida aina object tawjabaga loinana demand tawjaribasi assembly dissolve tawbiyo miyam gi anawba mihut khanjasanu apikpa state ni haiduna tam sing dictate tawduna leibagi mahut miyam gi aningbana leibak ase salai halu thagasari Mr. Speaker.